All right, so let me explain the difference between these two loops so that you know when to use one over the other. This loop right here is used when you want to have access to the index. So have a look, names and then I. So maybe you want to have access to the previous index and the current index. Then you can do it with this loop. So here, if for example, you want access to the previous index, you could just say int, and then I can say I previous equals to names, and in here I can say I and then -1. And if I want access to the next element, or actually this should be a string and not an integer. So if I want to access the current index, this is the current. Have a look. So this is the current index. So I'm going to say current. And if you want access to the next element, I can just duplicate this and then I can say +1. So this is the next element. So you can see how it works. Now with the enhanced for loop, you basically don't have control. It just loops from start to finish without giving you the access to the index. So if you want to get the previous name, for example, you cannot do it with this for loop. So again, this for loop is used when you want to access elements within the array by the given index. So maybe you want to compare James with all of these, right? So you can actually do it, for example, with a nested loop. So I'm going to give you exercises so you see when to use one over the other. But if you need to have access to the particular index, use the I loop. Otherwise, if you are not interested in the index, you can just loop through the array from start to finish by using the enhanced for loop.